Hi guys, welcome back. For today's video, as you guys probably saw from the thumbnail, we're going to be doing book stuff. So my idea for today is we can chat about books. We can, I'm thinking about starting my reading journal. A little while back, I started a reading journal and then I stopped because I wasn't loving how it was turning out right away. And so basically I tore those pages out and decided that if I was gonna do a reading journal, I wanted to restart because I just wasn't loving the beginning. So today we are gonna possibly start a reading journal. We're gonna talk books, possibly read, maybe even reorganize one of my bookshelves. I recently reorganized the bookshelves or the one bookshelf that's in my bedroom. And because I did that, I have basically just been like tossing books onto my big bookshelves. And so those ones are kind of looking crazy. So I could really use to reorganize those books and do book stuff. I just want to do book stuff today. So with that being said, first of all, I already drank my coffee for today, so I definitely don't need any more caffeine because I think I'm a little too wired. I was in a goofy mood not too long ago. I don't know what's happening, but I think the caffeine went straight to my brain. But anyways, so I'm gonna make some sort of yummy drink. I don't know yet if I'm gonna have matcha or I have chai, so I can make like an iced chai or anything like that. So I'm gonna make a yummy drink and I'm gonna need some help deciding on some reading journal stuff. I've even been possibly thinking about putting a poll up on my Instagram of which journal I should use and how I should start this. So yeah, so we're gonna start with making a drink and then I'll be back. Okay, so as you guys saw, I was being quite dramatic, but this Trader Joe's chai powder is my absolute favorite. I also didn't show it in that clip earlier, but I love to put a little bit of whipped cream on top and just a tiny bit of cinnamon sugar. When it like mixes in with the drink, it is just sugary, sweet, yummy chai goodness. And yet again, I'm being really dramatic, but it is just so good. And sorry, there's like a window right in front of me and I see like a guy down there. And so there's a guy walking in front of the window and so I'm like easily embarrassed. Anyways, it's not even like he probably can't even see me, but it's fine. It's fine, I have to get over this. It's fine. Anyways, it's just me convincing myself. So I have to drink some so that this does not spill because I'm not trying to have another matcha fiasco of 2024. If you guys saw one of my it was my weekly vlog and book stuff video, I spilt matcha on my white ottoman and had to scrub it out, and that was not fun at all. But so now that I've made my drink, we can talk about the reading journals. So I have these two journals that, because I'm ridiculous and I'm just a girl, and so I just buy journals when they're cute. And I'm like, oh, I'll find something to do with these. And then they just sit there and they don't get used. So now we're going to use one of them. So I have this like plain pink one. and it's like very, very soft and like floppy, and it's a great, like it feels really nice to hold. Yeah, that's it. So it feels really nice to hold. I told you guys, I'm on something today. I do not know what's happening. I told you, my coffee went to my head this morning. I'm losing it. I'm on something. Anyways, so I have this pink one. It's really nice to hold. It is really, really soft. It's got like good flap. Like if we were rating the flap level like it's a book, it'd be like a 7.5 out of 10 for flap. Like it's really nice. But then I have this one, and this one's so stinking cute that I just am dying to use this for something. The inside, like guys, this is so cute. I love this journal, but it's really hard and stiff, and I just don't know if the reading journal is what I should use this for. Both of the inside, so the inside pages of this one just look like this. It is just lined pages with like the date thing at the top. And then this one is just lined pages. So yeah, one of the two. I don't know. I'm so torn. I think I literally might even post a poll on my Instagram page and just say like, help me decide which one for a reading journal. But I also don't know because, I don't know, because then I might be upset if everybody picks one of the ones that I didn't want. So I have issues, but I think I need to just decide. Anyways, so I have 2 journals to pick from. And then I have I was like born ready to do this. I don't know why I haven't done this earlier. I have a whole bin of washi tape. This is literally all just different cute washi tapes. There's like flowers and little clouds and stripes. There's like all sorts of really cute ones in here. And then I also have this whole little container. This is like chaotic. I've just thrown stuff in here now. But like we've got cute little like cactus paper and sticky notes and all sorts of fun pens and like watercolor markers, which is really fun. So yeah, I have lots of fun little things to get creative and to start a reading journal. So we're probably gonna do that. And then we can talk about the books too. Sorry, I have to keep setting stuff down. Okay, so in one of my last videos, I think, but I'm not sure, I said that I really wanted to start The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. Still really want to start The Rom-Commers. I have not started it, and I am dying to read this because I've just heard some people talking about it because this just came out not too long ago. I don't know when, in the last couple of months. And I've heard that it's really, really great, and the character development is great, and it's emotional and all the things, that it's not just a rom-com and that it has some depth to it. So of course I'm like dying to pick this one up, but book club is in a week. So this is my book club book for this month. It's A History of Wild Places. I have had this book on my TBR for way too long, like years at this point. Whenever this book came out, I guess we can actually see when the book came out. 2021, it is 2024. The month that this book was released, my husband, was my boyfriend at the time, bought me this book because I wouldn't stop talking about it, because I saw that it had this adorable, like, okay, this just, how cute is this? It's like gold and green. This is just right up my alley. Like, I actually for the longest time kept this book without the dust jacket on it because I just wanted to like look at this. This is just so cute to me. And so I wouldn't stop talking about it. So he bought this for me like basically right when it came out. And it is now August of 2024 and I still have not read this book. So I'm actually really glad that it was picked for book club, because obviously it'll get to check a book off of my TBR that I've had on there for a very long time. But I'm also, I don't know why, but I'm not really feeling the mood of this book right this minute. And so it's a little bit hard, but that's always been the issue. So maybe this is just the push that I needed to pick it up, because I'm always like, oh, I don't know if I'm in the mood for that. And so I don't pick it up. And yeah, here we are. So I need to read this one. I want to read this one. So we'll see what I end up reading. I also have the audiobook for A History of Wild Places, so I can put my audiobook on and like listen while I do my reading journal or fix up my bookshelf. So that's kind of where we're at. I'll also show you guys the bookshelf that I'm talking about. I mean, obviously you guys have seen it. It's been in the background of many videos, but I'm saying I will show you it right now because it's kind of crazy. So that's what we'll do now. Okay, so I'm actually gonna take a little break from the reading stuff. I finished rearranging my bookshelf, and so I'm gonna take a little break from doing reading stuff, and I'm gonna go to my sister's because we're gonna take the baby for a walk. Hi guys, so it has basically been a few days because my weekend got very, very busy very quickly. So last you guys saw was last Friday. Friday flew by and it was very quick and very busy. Then Saturday, my mom and I actually drove about 2 hours away and spent the day out in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is, like I said, about 2 hours away from here. So that was a long, busy day. And then Sundays are always very, very busy for us. So I am back with you guys on Monday morning to continue my vlog on doing book stuff and just all the things. It's been, I definitely want to do work on my reading journal and continue some of that stuff that I was talking about in the first one. I'm still at the same place, like I think I put a clip in there of me reading A History of Wild Places, which is our book club book of the month. And I'm still at the same exact place. I've not read any more since that clip. So I'm excited to listen to my audiobook and do some reading stuff. I also am, please, no judgment, I'm very excited to decorate for fall. Our book club is next Saturday, so it's Monday. Book club's on Saturday, and I think I want to decorate for fall today because sorry, my brain short-circuited. I want to decorate for fall today because I want it to be decorated for fall on book club. It's like, I love to kind of extend the fun fall vibes as long as I can. It is still very warm and very hot out, so it might not feel right just yet, but I'm very excited for this book club to have like fall themed decorations. It's gonna be on August 31st. Like, usually September is when I would decorate, but I'm gonna bring them out just a little bit early. I want no judgment from anybody. And so, yeah, so I wanna do some decorating. I have some laundry to fold. And so this is just gonna be doing book stuff, listening to books. I'm gonna stop and chat about the book every once in a while. So far, just so you guys know where I'm at in our book, I will not spoil anything, but basically it's just the beginning, and it's about a guy that has like some sort of supernatural type power where like when he touches things, he basically gets like a flashback of the owner who owned that item. And so when he like touches something, he'll like see what happened to them in the past, or like, you know, some sort of like vision of them. And so he gets hired to find missing people. And it's very difficult because he often sees very terrible, terrible things happening to people. Sometimes he even witnesses somebody's death, and then he has to tell the family that they've died. And so this is like his last case that he's been hired to solve, and he's looking for a girl named Maggie, is pretty much all that I know. That is all that I know about the book. I'm just still in the very beginning. So as I read more, I will update you guys on like how I'm feeling about it. But I probably won't give much more plot because I don't want to spoil anything. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, quick pause. I got a very exciting package in the mail, and that is Factor. We have been dying to try. If you don't know, Factor is like basically meals made easy. It is like good choice meals, healthy meals, basically made for you. They come in like little packages, and they're easy for you to just heat up and be ready to eat. They typically give like a discount code to people who are a member of Factor to give to like other friends and family. And my sister had a code, and so she gave it to us, and I'm very, very excited to open this up and see what kind of meals we got in here. I did pick the meals, but it was a little while back, so I kind of already forgot most of the meals that we picked. So we'll see what happens, what we got. Sorry guys, I should have opened this beforehand. So perfect, we got some information, and we got Factor cards to give to people. Okay. So the meals come like this, and they're basically ready to warm up and eat. So you just keep them refrigerated, and they're good for a little while, and they say right on the side which one this is. So this is roasted garlic chicken. We ordered 4, so it came with, we got the 8 meal subscription, and we ordered 4 of the same meals so that Jack and I can try the same meals and decide which ones were our favorite, based on like basically the same thing. We also got creamy Parmesan chicken, and okay, this one is ground pork tomato ragu. Let's see what else. Ooh, shredded chicken taco bowl. That one sounds so good. Yeah, that looks amazing. I cannot wait for that one. I honestly, it is kind of past when I would typically eat lunch, so I might eat one now. But yeah, those are, was that 4? I think that was. Yes, that was all 4. So, yeah, that is so exciting. We are very, very excited to try all of our factored meals. We've heard wonderful things about them, so I will let you guys know in either in this video or in a later video what we end up thinking about these meals. Okay guys, so I'm pretty much done with working on my reading journal. I have been sitting here for quite a while now, and I finished my lunch, which was honestly very, very good, just so you guys know. And I spent all that time working on a page of my reading journal that I don't even really love it. I feel like I'm just not like creative enough for this. I don't know. So it's a book tracker page, and then it's literally 1 through 66 of the books that I've read this year. And then at the bottom, it's like the star rating 1 through 5 in the colors. And then they're all like colored to be the color of the rating that they have, which is like really cute. I saw a cute idea for this, and I just am not loving the way that it turned out. So I'm gonna pause on the reading journal for a little bit, and I might work on it again later, but I have some laundry to do, and yeah. Guys, I literally had to stop dead middle of this chapter to update because I don't even know what to think at this point. I am on page 336 out of 354. Okay, so I literally have less than 20 pages left in this book. There's no chapter numbers, so I can't tell you like what chapter I'm on, but it's like the second to last chapter before the epilogue. So I'm almost finished, and I am not going to spoil anything, so I would never say like what's going on. But when I tell you that one of the characters just said something, and my jaw literally dropped. Like I literally stopped in my tracks. I was listening to the audiobook and like cleaning up the kitchen and like just doing housework chores. I stopped in my tracks and was like, what? I did not see that coming. Literally not at all. I'm completely I have to keep reading because I will finish this book in the next like 10 minutes, but I literally just had to stop and give you guys like a brief update on like what? This book was nothing like I expected. Even since I gave you guys that like brief little like, this is what the book is about, blah, blah, blah. Even since that clip, I'm like, this is nothing like I expected it to be. And I will give like a final feelings and rating video in a little bit when I finish this, because crazy. Hi guys. So I am coming to you from, this is me editing this reading video, and I got all the way to the end and I realized that the sound on my very last clip that I videoed was awful. I don't know what happened to the sound or what made it. Was like, it honestly sounded like something was like covering the microphone. It was just very, very muffled and very hard to hear me talking. And I'm sure the sound sucks in here, but it's probably much better than that last clip that's in there. And I tried my best to try to like edit it so that you could still hear what I was saying, and it was just so muffled that you just could not hear what I was saying. So I'm coming to you guys from here to basically give you my like my final thoughts, and let me just pause this. Just give you guys my final thoughts and what I was thinking finishing the end of A History of Wild Places. So I did finish this literally like 10 minutes after that last clip. And I pretty much immediately pulled out my camera and started videoing like my last thoughts and feelings and reaction. And basically how I'm feeling is I did really, really enjoy this book. Personally, this was very highly rated for me, but I could see how it would not be from everyone. I think the book is almost a little bit deceiving in the way that it's very hard to tell what this book is going to be about or the vibe of the book before you pick it up. And so I feel like for me, that was great. I actually loved that part of this book, and I really, really enjoyed that. But for some people who are a little bit pickier on like the books that they like and the books that they read, that might be really hard if you're expecting one thing and then you pick this up and you're like, oh, I didn't know that was what this was going to be like. But I feel like this book was very, very atmospheric. The descriptions in this book were beautiful. I loved the way that she described the place that they were at. Like, she was often talking about, so she was often like describing the scenes very, very beautifully. The place that most of the story takes place was very, very atmospheric. I feel like they were like, I don't want to give anything away, so I definitely don't want to spoil like what was going on or even where they were or even the characters that you read from most of the story, because it would all take away from the ending of the book and just how, like, this book was definitely a mystery, but it was also very much like an urban fantasy feel a little bit, although it wasn't like super fantasy vibe. Like, I definitely wouldn't have picked this book up if I'm like, oh, I really, really want to read a fantasy book right now. This is not what I would have picked up. I would have picked up any other fantasy book. Like, I don't know that I would call this a fantasy book, but it was definitely like, had like supernatural elements to it almost. Like, it's just very hard to describe, which makes sense as to why I was so confused about what this book was before I picked it up. I feel like for years I thought that it was an urban fantasy book, and then I got really confused and I thought, okay, maybe it's not fantasy at all. Maybe it's a thriller or mystery. And then I dove into it and I was like, okay, it's not like a thriller. It's not like keeps you on the edge of your seat, like you're worried for the characters, like something's going to happen, something's going wrong. But it was a mystery that the whole time you were trying to figure out what is going on. How is the story that we read in the very beginning going to connect to the story that we're reading right now? That type of mystery where you're just like, you're just along for the ride. You are fully immersed in this really beautiful writing, this very atmospheric writing. I loved it. I loved it. I even have like parts that I quoted at the end because, or that I quoted, that I highlighted at the end because I loved them. I loved certain quotes from this book. I feel like there was definitely some that aren't like the ones at the very end don't spoil anything. They're just very pretty. But it's like, there's a part where it says, there's no history in a place until we make it, until you live a life worth remembering. We have made a history here, but some of it was good. Some of it lived inside of us, the history of this wild, wild land. I just loved like the atmosphere of this book is all that I can say. Like basically the feelings I had reading this were like I was immersed. I was fully in it and I really loved it. And yeah, basically I just really liked I did really love it. I also feel like for all of you guys, it is the end of April and I know why do I keep doing that? It's the end of August, and I know that most people right now are making, most of my reader friends are making fall TBRs. Basically, whether it's just in your head or you're actually like writing out and buying books for a fall TBR. But I know most people are like kind of storing away books in their head that they're like, I know I want to read this in the fall, because this is either a fall themed book or this gives all the fall vibes or whatever, whatever it may be. I would definitely add this book to your fall TBR because it definitely gave all the fall vibes and it got me very, very excited for fall. If I wasn't already excited enough for fall, it definitely made me more excited because not that it even like specifically says that it takes place in fall. They just often talk about like the whisper in the trees and the falling leaves and the rainstorms, and the atmosphere while you're reading the book definitely gives that like that Gilmore Girls fall vibe. Not that this book at all gives like cutesy small town Gilmore Girls vibes, but like that fall vibe that everybody wants, where it's like you guys probably know what I'm saying. I don't think I need to go into any deeper explanation about that because I'm just starting to confuse myself. But anyways, I am not set on a rating yet for this book. But I'm feeling pretty high. I'm wanting to give it above a 4-star, but under a 5-star. So that is very high for me. That I feel like that's very high, but also it just depends on my mood because sometimes I hand out 5 stars like they're candy. And then sometimes I'm really like, I really critique the book and I'm like, no, this has to have like this and this and this to be 5 stars. So I don't really know where my rating system comes into play, but for some of you guys who have watched my videos for a while, you kind of see what I like to read and all the different books that I read and what I rate them. And so I don't know. This one was definitely above a 4-star for me, but I'm not set on a rating yet. And I sometimes just like to like sit on it for a while and sit on the feelings that the book gave me after a little bit and then decide how I'm feeling about it. But anyways, thank you for listening to this big rant on this book. I feel like I really do hope that you guys end up adding this book to your TBRs because it was definitely a good one. Thank you so much for watching my reading vlog and doing book stuff vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.